Oh, add to stage. Hello, is anybody there? I don't think anybody's there. Well, it's just me on the 3rd of July. Is that right? What day is today? I think it's the 3rd. All right, well, it's just me and just me. Okay, I'm good with that. All right, so me, myself, and I. Hey, rambling time. Hello, Elba. Rambling time, yay. I thought I was here all by myself. Well, we all are here all by ourselves. Hello, everybody. Woohoo! Hey, Viviani. Good to see you all. Hello, Core. Cold Case Research. Ooh, that's a good name. Yeah. All right. Hello, Michigan. Yeah. How's the weather out there? All good? Is everybody staying cool? Kind of like Pulp Fiction. Be cool, honey bunny. So I'm watching YouTube and I'm getting these, those crazy algorithms that when you just click on a little like short video, then it keeps giving you all these movie clips. And I've been getting Pulp Fiction. Wow, what a crazy movie. All right. Got here before the notification. I don't know what's going on. Kansas, you're hot. Kansas. Woo-hoo. And in Virginia, Cat May is like, it's hot. You guys do not want to know how cool it is out here. I think we're in the 60s. I think we're going to be in the low 60s. I was talking to my hillbilly brother, and he's out in Missouri. And he is, he's hillbilly, and he likes his engines, and he's a mechanic. And so you got to have those fossil fuels burning. And he goes, no, climate change is just a cycle. And we talked about this a little bit on, when was it? Wednesday? Are we going into a 6th extinction? And, I think we're just going to be shifting awarenesses and shifting to, to a better place. I don't see it as an extinction. Although I bet you there are some people that are leaving because they need to be extinct. We'll talk about them in a little later. Not to mention names, Mitch McC, or it's time for them to go. Hey, Nancy. Did I see Nancy here? Nancy the water chick? I think I did. She's doing some great work in the central coast of California. Yay. All right, so let's just start off this ramble, and thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Let's just start off with an energy, 3-card energy spread. We are in Mercury retrograde. How much does that affect everybody here? It doesn't affect me none. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my hillbilly brother. I forgot. I got sidetracked, which is typical because we're rambling. So he thinks that climate change is just a cycle, which to a big chunk of it, yeah, it is. It's cyclical. But if we didn't keep pumping pollutants in our air, land, and water, it probably wouldn't be as drastic And I tried to tell him that, and he's a smart hillbilly. He is smart. You have a broken car, you have a broken engine, anything that is an internal combustion engine, and maybe even not. I don't think he's that good on electric engines, but anyway, he can fix it. He goes, oh yeah, well that's this Bob, and you need to unscrew it and clean it and screw it back in, and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, 102 degrees in Jersey, and we're only at noon where you all are. Woo-hoo. All right. Taos. Ooh, that's good. Me like Taos too. Okay, so let's do a couple of energy cards just to get rolling on this. We've got Mercury retrograde. I was born on a Mercury retrograde, which is why I'm so backwards for a lot of things, I think. And I don't study astrology that much. I got to go talk to my big sister, Denise. She would let me know. And I think she did, but I can't remember. Mercury retrograde. Communications are going to be all messed up. So if you send an email and you go, how come they're not responding? Send it again. Don't get all wiggy on it. They don't like me anymore. They don't like you any less. Sorry. So yeah, check your emails, check your communications, check your work, double check your work. And then on the flip side, don't buy any Lamborghinis. I'm not buying any Lamborghinis in the month of July. So big ticket items probably should be avoided. Electronic ticket items should be, and if you have to buy them, just double check, do your research on this. What else? And this is a great time to start decluttering things that no longer serve you. And I got some clutter that I need to get rid of. And just pass it on to somebody else that needs it. Okay, 3 cards for the energy before we get into the wacky world of politics. This is perfect. It is perspective. Oh my gosh, none of this matters. Really? Tell that to the people in New Jersey when it's 102. Or our ice facilities. Ice, they're still going. I got a little blurb on that. But there's a really interesting dynamic that is going on here on this 4th of July, where we celebrate the Declaration of Independence. Remember back on January 6th, where people are going, let's go back to 1776. Let's redo this Constitution. Well, it's the Declaration of Independence. Let's redo it. Let's redo it. And now, let's redo it. So everything that was said back then, it feels, not everything, but it feels like we're rehashing it, and we need to take ownership on it. The elections were stolen. Kamala did win. We should take ownership that the elections were stolen. It's just not a them talking point. 1776, let's take that back. We'll get into that a little bit later. But it's our perspective on how we look at things. And it says, zoom out, none of this matters, common ground. And the common ground is what gets me. I'm like, yes, common ground. Oh, love this card. Double mission. Lightworkers star seed. Serve the world by being you. This is just beautiful. And this deck that I'm using is the Starseed Oracle deck. Um, it so it it feels like to me that I get thrown into the current events, and I'm like, and I'm all angry, and then the other mission is to be a light worker and raise the vibration up a little bit higher, right? So we have two missions here. The first one, zoom out. I think on both of them, zoom out on your light worker mission and zoom out on your earthly mission. However, I think the light worker mission does matter. Okay. Loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, addiction, let God in. Whatever God is. There we go. Loosen your grip. So it feels like with this spread here that what I'm getting is zoom out, loosen your grip. We've got two missions, and don't just focus on one, focus on both. Sometimes you got to let something go. Sometimes you got to hold on to something. And while we're holding on to something, let's hold on to Psychic Duck. Say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Hey, are you loosening your grip? No, I'm holding on to my crystal ball. Okay. You have any words of wisdom you want to share with us? Quack. Okay. There we go. Psychic words from Psychic Duck. All right. Nancy, the water chick. I hear the gates of hell open for Senator McConnell. Okay, we're going to start off with that. Now, oh my God, heaven and hell. Okay. So I did get a video where it said that, and there was some music behind it, and this woman just laughing hysterical. I'm like, oh my gosh. There is so Mitch McConnell. I don't know. Is he has he passed? Has he gone to the other side? Has he gone through the little bubble? And what's going on? Hello, Foggy. Good to see you. So let me know if he is gone. Last time I looked, oh, Denise, no, your Nissan Leaf, there is an engine. It's just electric. Okay. I don't know, I think. I am a hillbilly at heart, so I should know this. But yeah, I think they do have an engine. Just not an internal combustion. Anyway, not yet. So I'm thinking he is not gone yet. And so what's up with these Republicans that just take off and who are public servants, and then are gone for like 110 days. I'm talking about that one guy out of Virginia, I think. And I think there's a good point to that. Maybe he'll get Congress to start talking about depression, because we had Fetterman who suffers from depression, and I'll put him in with the Republicans because he certainly doesn't seem like a Democrat. But what is it with these guys? They just go away and they say, we don't need to tell you what's going on. But yeah, you do. You're a public servant. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, so maybe we'll get some clarity on how we can help and get a little more clarity with this process of depression, because it's huge. It's huge. Ever since Trump came into office, I've been depressed. That's a long time. Okay. So, and he's not saying anything. He's sick as a dog, and no offense to dogs, and he's all Mr. Strongman. It's just wacky. Close but no clarity. So yeah. Let's get back to July 4th. How are we celebrating? Hey, thank you, Foggy. Thank you. How are we going to celebrate? I am really. I got two sides to. I got a double mission, and I need to let go, and I need to lose my perspective and find common ground on this. How I'm going to celebrate the 4th of July, because as flawed as the U.S. was, we did a lot of good, and we could build on that. We could fix some of those flaws. Now we have to rebuild. It's not a fix. It's like my hillbilly brother just kept pulling parts off the engine and said, "Oh, yeah, no, we're just gonna rebuild the whole dang thing." That's what he said. At least in my head. And maybe he'll build the electric engine. But so I'm kind of excited that we're going to rebuild this in a better way. But going back to the 4th of July, Heather Cox Richardson had this really cool podcast yesterday. And normally she talks about current events, politics, what's Trump doing, what's the Supreme Court doing, how's all this stuff going. And she said, today I'm just going to talk about the Declaration of Independence. And she pretty much just read it, but she paused at certain points. And in those pauses, maybe she would add a little commentary, but basically she just read parts of the Declaration of Independence. And one of the things that I didn't know, because I know I read it when I was in high school or something, but I was in high school and I can't remember anything from those days. It was the, 70s. You know what I mean? Okay. So the Declaration of Independence listed 27 specific charges against King George III. The primary, see if this rings a bell. The primary accusation was that the king established an absolute tyranny over the colonies. I don't know about absolute, but let's just keep going. By repeatedly, so he established the tyranny by repeatedly violating their rights. Okay, that kind of sounds right. Abusing his power to obstruct the laws. I just see him tearing down the East Wing, just not caring about any of the laws that we have. No due process. I'm going back to ICE again. Taxation without consent. I don't know. Has he done that? I don't know. Depriving colonists of a trial by jury. Oh, hell yes, he has done that. And quartering armed troops among civilians. Yeah, he has. National Guard in LA. So in this moment, in this time, we are flipping, and there's a lot in astrology to this too. We are going back to an awakening, to a new way of looking at what was created so that we can rebuild, refix, reimagine. So I think for me during this 4th of July, Um, for me, this I got sidetracked by looking at a comment. What do hillbillies mean? Good day, space girl. She's from Australia, so she doesn't know what a hillbilly is. She does. But so what this 4th of July means for me is I am still proud of what we as a nation try to accomplish. I am proud of the fact that we were generous, not enough, but generous in our wealth by spreading it out a little bit. And again, not enough, but we can now fix that. And I think the way that this is going, let me just throw some cards on this. I'll use the Tarot Grand Lux on this one. And maybe it should be a higher vibe deck, but at the base, as I pull it out, we get the 6 of Coins, giving and receiving. So the question was, are we going to come to a place in the U.S. where billionaires need to share the wealth? If the government isn't going to do it, are people going to step up and start sharing the wealth? And I look at what's her? Can't believe I can't remember her name. Bezos' ex-wife. She is donating so much money, and there's a lot of other people that we just don't hear about, and she's trying to be quiet. So I feel like we are going to get to a place. Here's the question: are we going to get to a place in the United States, and I hear not just the United States, the world, where we start taking care of the world, of the people who don't have it as good, the hungry? And I think about this. I thought about this last night when I was writing notes. I do have notes, even though it doesn't seem like it. But if we didn't, and I go back and I think about Linda G when she went into the hospital. The last I heard, she was doing fine. She needs to get some checkups and things like that, just to follow up. But it was a scare. She's doing well, yay. But if she paid $85 for an ambulance ride, I'm like, what? The last time I saw an ambulance bill, and it was for my sister, it was $5,000. And I'm like, what the hell? What? So, but if we can eliminate the insecurities of life, food, home, healthcare, food's a big one. There's a big parasite going around. The CDC said that there is a parasite, and it's big in Texas and big in, where was it? I don't know, in the East Coast, but it's causing a lot of digestion issues. So just be aware of that. Maybe look it up online to see if you're not feeling well, ask them to check for parasites. What doctors do not do is they don't check for fungus, and they don't check for parasites. And I am not a medical guy at all. I don't care about it, really. Just give me a McDonald's cheeseburger and let me live my life happy. No. I can't even stand those anymore. All right. What is the world getting to a point in the near future? And you know how that works, timing, where we will start sharing our resources to eliminate the insecurities that are currently in play on life. Food, housing. Okay, and healthcare. And there's others. First card I got is the security card, the Queen of Pentacles, money. Second card I get is the Queen of Wands, information coming. And this in this deck, she's got a couple of dragons going on either side of her. So it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. And then we have defending oneself. And I go back and I'm going to pull a clarity on that because it feels like this defending oneself, it goes back to the old Republican thing of, well, I worked for it. It's my money. I worked really hard for this. But when you look at what we are paying for with our tax dollars today, I'm not paying for any. I didn't authorize any of that. Goes back to 1776. So this defending oneself, yikes, I get as I get some clarity on this, I get the Four of Wands, which is like celebration. It's like, yeah, we're going to get this. Even they're going to try to defend themselves. And maybe it's us defending ourselves, saying we need our life to be secure, just home, food, health care. That would eliminate so much of the burden. But they're still being stuck in the back. Still stuck. It's not going to happen right away. But we're getting new information coming. We're at the beginning stages of this. So even though we get the two queens, the clarity card against the defense of I'm not paying for your security, that's going to come to fruition, but it's still in the early stages. Okay. Okay. National shortage of licensed water operators. Yeah. Water. Oh, yeah. Okay. Food and water, I guess I should say. All right. So, 250. How are we going to celebrate? In hiding, in disgust, or as happy warriors? I suggest happy warriors. I did a Google search on happy warriors. And even though I'm not a big AI fan, that has silently and creepily got into like my search engine. So when I go to Google, it's like, what does happy warriors mean? Then it drops you into AI and it like, I kind of like that, but then I go, no, okay, that's kind of creepy. All right. So let's take a look at some of the things that are going on. Former CIA John Brennan, he is going on offense in the Trump administration. So he filed a lawsuit on sibilant leakage. He filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration on Wednesday. The defendants include Todd Blanche, Cash Money Patel, the director of the CIA, the director of national intelligence, and he is asking a judge to order the government to preserve records that he will need to establish that if Trump sues John Brennan, that it is a vindictive lawsuit. So he's going on offense here, and I'm like, yeah. So let's just do a quick one because this is kind of big, because the Trump administration is destroying records, destroying history. And we are pushing back legally as we can. But man, is it slow. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Here we go. John Brennan, are you going to win? Ooh, strength card. Yay, yay, yay. But his hands are kind of tied a little bit. Is he going to be making money? Well, it's a rough road for him. There's no doubt. He's got the Eight of Swords. He's got the Ten of Wands. But the potential near future is he's got the World card. It's a completion card. So you have 3 tens in this 6-card spread, and they're all completion. So I think he is going to... I think he is going to do well with this. I think the judges are going to go, of course you've got to preserve documents. Okay. As a doctor, okay. Let's hey, if you guys have any questions, put them in caps and I will try to read them. Let's look at the Democratic Party. A lot of times we focus on the Republicans, but what are the Democrats doing? What's the message and where should they be? So a lot of when I was out in Shasta, didn't get much news, but I did get... hey, let's, I'm looking at biblical religious references. If we can kind of keep that to a minimum, please. I don't want to get into, this is current events, and I know you could say it's current events, but let's keep the religious tone out, please. Okay, when we get into how we are going to be moving forward, we got some really progressive people taking over mainstream Democratic seats. And so, and that was just in the primaries. Now they're going to be in the now they're going to be in the general election, and are they going to win? So personally, my phone says yes. Personally, I'm a little excited about it and a little scared at the same time. I would like to see more progressives in there. I would like to see us have less insecurities moving forward, as we just talked about. Clean water, clean foods, instead of spraying glyphosate all over the planet. Oh, and then yesterday I heard that Bayer is removing its glyphosate Roundup portion of the company and putting it in a new company, and it's based in St. Louis, where it all started. Okay. So, do the Democrats, will these more progressive Democrats, will they be winning in the general election in November? Will the more progressive Democrats be able to win in November? Ooh, got the Star of Hope. We hope, and I can't show you because it's a naked picture. Bringing forth powerful information with the King of Wands. Dang. This is what I was afeared of. Okay. Good, good, good. So I'm just reading the energy right now, not a future prediction because we all know how that works. But their challenge, they're being covered with the Star of Hope. So they're bringing forth really powerful information with this King of Wands energy. However, they have to be careful with how they deliver their message. They're looking at things from a totally different point of view than conservative, normal, whatever that means, Democrats, like the Dan Goldmans. There's secrets, though, that are going to be coming out. And that is like, uh-oh. I look at Graham Plattner and you go, ooh, look at all those secrets that came out. The interesting thing was that we have to discern what is true and what isn't true. So when we get, I'm going back to perspective, make sure we pay attention to the perspective of this. But there's going to be truth and lies that are coming out against these candidates, and some of the policy you will agree with, some of it you won't agree with. But if we take it as a whole, that's their potential future coming together and having both the progressive and the more mainstream Democrats come together. You got Bernie Sanders working with the Democrats, AOC working with the Democrats. You may not believe in everything that they say. Well, Bernie Sanders, he's like Psychic Duck. You got to believe everything he says. Am I right or am I right? Okay. Linda, yeah, a lot of Democrats were at the Peter Thiel Secret Society, which isn't secret anymore. Why isn't it secret anymore? Because Linda just talked about it here. Yeah. Just pay attention. I think that they are going to do well, but it's important to have a lot of discernment. Okay. The big message, and I was watching this podcast, and this guy said the big message that Democrats are hearing right now is to fight and be bold. And I went, dang, that dude was listening into my conversation. I want to do a little plug for 5 apps. If you download that app on your phone, it makes it super easy to call your representatives. They give you the phone number. They'll give you a sample script. They'll give you talking points. What is it you want to talk about? What is I remember who was it? I forgot his name again. The guy on the Bulwark asked somebody, what was the most egregious thing to you in the Trump administration that has happened? And she's like kind of hesitant, and she goes, the war. And I'm like, that was a trick question, because you really have to look at everything that's been going on. For me, as somebody who spent 20 years in the Coast Guard Auxiliary, shooting people out of the water is at the top of my list. I got a couple of things on the top of that list, but that's it. Tearing down the East Wing, that's way at the bottom. Okay, well, we'll rebuild. But shooting people out of the water, oh, hell no. ICE detentions, oh, hell no. Treat people with respect. Spraying glyphosate on Forest Service lands. Oh, yeah. Sarah Longwell on the bull. No, Tim Miller Tim Miller on the Bulwark, and he was talking to, I can't remember. It's a couple weeks ago. He agreed. The donkey. Is that right? Are the Democrats the donkey and the Republicans? I thought the Republicans were elephants. And, yeah. I wonder where they got that from. It's pretty funny. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else am I going to read on? Trump's grift. So, I don't know if any of you guys remember. Do you guys remember Hunter Biden? He had a laptop. And all the Republicans were up in arms. Now, nothing. So on his grift, Trump said, well, I found out nobody cares about my grift. That's what he said. Well, he didn't ask me. So are the MAGA folks okay with it? I mean, where are the big voices against Hunter Biden? The only one I've heard was the darling of the media, Megyn Kelly. She flip-flops to whatever is going to be paying her more money. So, let me think. Where is Comer? Where is Grassley, Jordan, Lady Graham, Ted Cruz, Jason Smith of Missouri? He was a big one. I Googled it. I didn't even know about it, but Google said he was a big one. Nancy Mace, and then the conservative media. Hannity, Carlson. And this is a weird one with Carlson. He had a friendly relationship with Hunter Biden. He asked Hunter Biden to give his son a reference to get into college. I'm like, what? And Rachel Maddow has a friendly relationship with Tucker Carlson. Something we don't know. Okay. Where are these other people? Jesse Waters, Maria Bartiromo. Boy, she just flipped. Mark Levin, Megyn Kelly, Joe Rogan, blah, 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 blah. So, the Republicans stood for law and order. They stood for, apparently, they stood for fiscal responsibility. They stood for no grift. Why aren't they speaking up? And when they go home, well, they are home again. Again, Mike Johnson. He gets butthurt by the not being able to pass the SAVE Act, so he says, okay, we're going home. Wouldn't that be good if we had a job that whenever, like, we ran into a stumbling block on our job and we go, God dang, how do I fix this? How do I move around this obstacle? How do I go? I just go home. Don't worry about it. It'll fix itself on the way back. Okay. So, any of the MAGA people, are they going to they're going to start coming around to this grift? I get pulled away by looking at the comments. Trying to be a good live video person. I don't know if I'm succeeding or not. Because I ramble a lot. Thank you. Okay. Well, that's the whole point on Fridays. Psychic Doug is laughing at me. Okay, let's see. Are the MAGA base, are they seeing the grift? Well, if they invested in Trump's meme coin, they're seeing it and go, dang, we lost a whole bunch of money and he got a whole bunch of money. Are they seeing the grift? Okay, so we have the burden. The 9 of Wands, they're getting knocked down. It's not like the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, oh man, this is really heavy. This one, they're seeing it. They're knocked down. They're going, how can this be? My meme coin lost 90% of its value. They do see it, but they're still hanging on down here to the 3 cups, but they are looking at this 4th cup in the sky and they're going, yeah, there's something going on. And then you get the Empress card. The Empress card could be Russia. It could be, and I could talk about Russian gas lines. And it could be opening up to a new way of thinking. Could be. I think a lot of them are going, this isn't right. We need something new. We need a new way forward because this is abundance. Where's the abundance coming from? They're not getting any of it. And it's going to get worse after the midterms. All right. Where are we going? Where are the fiscal Republicans? Okay, let's talk about, real quick, same topic. Are the MAGA congressional Republicans, are the Republicans, the feckless Republicans that aren't standing up, that see this and are silent, are they going to get an earful when they go home? Does Mike Johnson even letting them do town halls anymore? Ooh, Empress. Let me put that back in again because maybe I didn't. Maybe I should switch decks. Use my Wicked Moon Tarot. That's such a funny deck. I will use it. Okay, I'll use it. My decks talk to me. Use me. I got a lot of voices in my head. All right. Will the Republican Congress hear a lot from their constituents? I bet you they're not using the 5 Calls app. But let your Democratic representatives know, even Republican, you're mad as hell. Throw your TV out the window. King of Wands. Big information. Though that's them. They're king, man. They better be careful because they could be like King George III and okay. They're hearing it. They're hearing it from the dark corners, from the moon card. Ooh. And the Queen of Coins. Yeah, I think they are hearing this. And they're hearing about the loss and the sadness and what's going on. I got the Empress card again. Is Russia involved with this? And at the final, I get the Lover's card, which is the MAGA faithful. They're still there. They're spewing and talking about, hey, this is dark. This is not right. We got a dark moon, and I don't think they're talking about dark moons, but yeah, it hurts. 5 of Cups. We want abundance. We're still hanging with you, but so I don't think they're going to change. Okay, thank you. What I heard with one of the little voices in my head was that Empress card was Russia and the Lovers card is MAGA, that Russia is still playing a role in our Republican Congress. They still have the Republicans' ear to Putin. So they're not going to be changing much. And I always thought that, every time I read on why are the Republicans doing this, well, there's secrets that Russia has that has it against it. And it turns out that it's Epstein, it's financial, it's depravity, it's all that stuff. You go back to the tapes that supposedly Russia has on Pumpkinhead, right? So it's the same thing. They got it on Lady Graham. They got it on Ted Cruz. How does that guy get elected? How does he get elected? Okay. Yeah, Lucy. Yeah, I don't get that either. And she said, well, I'm gonna show. Well, I don't get that. And I mean, I do get it. And the reason is because Pumpkinhead is where he is. And so he's allowing that to happen. But why wasn't it? And I don't want to bash on the Biden administration. I wish he was perfect, but he wasn't. He needed to do a couple of things. And one of them was to keep this Pumpkinhead out of the presidential office. He didn't, and he needed to shut down faux news. I mean, Pumpkinhead is shutting down news organizations. Joe Biden should have done that same thing. And again, this is something that the Democrats need to own and say, we are going to make journalism independent. And they shouldn't be making money on it. It should be like PBS not making money on it. I'm not saying PBS is perfect. The only one perfect, yes. Okay, let's move on. I got something else. Fiscal Republicans. Yeah, they're still going to be hiding. They're still... Okay, where are we going? Ukraine war. Wow. So the other thing that's come out... How long have I been yakking? Oh, almost an hour. I don't want to go over an hour. But the other thing that's been going on in that we are waking up to is that conventional... Thank you. Thank you. I hear you. Conventional warfare is ineffective. Bombs don't work. They just don't work. Drones, little bombs, maybe they work better. Using our finance to bring about security in the world will work, but destroying and putting more insecurity is backwards. We need to add security, and that will change everything. So Russia has big rockets and bombs and stuff. Ukraine has little drones, and Russia people now are going, I had to wait 15 hours to get a tank of gas. Oh, good Lord. And you guys, some of us remember the gas lines in the 80s. Rationing gas, yes. I don't know if we're going to be there, but we could. We could, and it just slows things down a little bit. So Russia is now feeling, the people of Russia are now feeling what's going on with Putin's war. And one of the quotes goes, I can't believe it. Is this the Russia that I know? Is this my Russia? And I go, hey, that's what Americans say. Is this America? And they're saying, is this Russia? Wake up, people. All right. So I'm not going to say which is, hey, Miss Tarot D is here. Hello, hello, hello. Yay. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Okay, where am I? Oh, well, Iran, let's go to Iran, is burying their supreme leader. It's going to be a 3-day celebration, I think. Some Iranians, from what I read, and I have no room to talk here at all, but because I'm an American, I can say anything I want. 3 days. Some people are saying too expensive. Other people are saying it's the right thing to do to honor that leader that's gone. There's a lot of dignitaries coming in. I'm thinking, do you think Trump is going to be invited? Sorry. And another 3-day festival, or not festival, event, and I'm not talking about the National Wall. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stages falling. It's just such a show. Taylor Swift rented out Madison Square Garden to have a wedding? And I'm like, what? So I went and looked at it. Why? I said, how do I get tickets? Not that I would, but how does one get tickets? And it's just for her friends. I'm like, what? And the reason for it is that there's going to be a lot of A-list celebrities, a lot of sports figures, a lot of high positioned people, and Madison Square Garden has the size for that and the security for it all. And I'm like, she goes, it's going to be intimate. And I go, that's going to be interesting. Anyway, so that still costs a lot of money. Anyway, so getting back to the Ayatollah, send him off. He did a lot of not so good things, but send him off so that he can recycle and come back as a better human. And Mitch McConnell, we're going to hope he gets recycled to a better human, looking at it from a different perspective. And what else? What else do I want to read on? I do want to read on this, so I'm going to go over. Are you guys interested in the World Cup at all? I kind of watched a little bit of it and I go, dang, this is kind of good. I'm not a soccer guy, but I am a hockey guy. I used to play hockey. So, got to throw a shout out to Canada for letting us play hockey. But the World Cup, I was just never a fan. I tried to play in high school. I was always too small, too slow, and people kept kicking me in the shins. And I go, why is this fun? But I watched it the other day. I watched some of it, and I go, this is like hockey, only with a bigger puck. And I go, you can see the puck on TV. But playing hockey, it's good. That's a good game. All right. Connie, go Team USA. You know, I love the fact that people are rallying around their country and coming together in a unified way to deal with, just coming together in a unified way. Anyway, it's better than the Hunger Games. I don't know. All right. U.S. officials, going back to Iran and the war. So much grift there. So much. U.S. officials believe that Israel might have been plotting to kill Iran's top negotiators while Washington was engaged with Tehran in the delicate talks. If they're so damn delicate, why do they have Kushner in there? And didn't they have Tiffany Trump's husband in there too? What the? How does this make sense to Republicans? Please tell me how. Okay. Israel, did they try to assassinate, kill Iran's top negotiators? Is that true? Let's look. Inquiring minds want to know. Is that true? Oh, I don't know if you can see that. It's like, ow. Oh, don't say it ain't so, Joe. No, look. Oh, you tried to kill those guys? No. Night of Wands, the information is coming out. I think they did. The information is gonna come out, and then they're gonna slow walk it. Yeah, I think they did. And they're carrying with them a burden. So I think let's ask this question. If this news comes out, how will it affect the U.S.-Israeli? Will this affect U.S.-Israeli relations? And I want to be clear that it's not the people of Israel, it's the government. It's not the people of the U.S. Well, I live in the U.S., so I can say it's some of the people in the U.S., but it's the government that is creating this stuff that I am not 100% on. So 7G Compa, wouldn't that be Va Mexico? Va Mexico. Let's go. Vámonos, Mexico. Okay. I took Spanish for 4 years. And you got to speak it. Otherwise, you lose it. Okay. Do you hear our alien dog in the background? All right. So, if this news came out that Israel tried to assassinate Iran's negotiators, what will that do to the U.S. relations? I got that again. Sad. 5 of Cups. Sad. It's going to Two of Pentacles. We are still going to be supporting them, but we are going to. It's going to be a different support, and I think the APAC money is really going to be shifting. I hope. Yes, shifting. Thank you. Okay, yeah. These cards are really good. I got the Democratic card in the internal position, and I got the Magician card in the external position. I think things are going to be moving on, that people are looking at how this whole thing turned out and came about in a different light. And so if I just imagine, which is kind of yucky, but if I imagine Pumpkinhead's way of viewing win, and if Bibi said, this is going to be easy, a piece of cake, you just go bomb a couple of people and kill the Ayatollah, regime change, in and out like Venezuela, no problem. So that didn't happen. It is now a big problem. And so who is Trump going to blame? Bibi? Hey, yeah. He's going to go, hey, dude. Throw a bottle of ketchup at him. Okay. Well, all right. We are going to be ending here. Let's end with the Starseed Oracle. And I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Yes, it's time for a balance. Yes. And as Foggy said, when we stop supporting Israel, and I want to support the people of Israel. I want to not the government. I also want to support the people of Palestine. I want to support all the people on the planet. And going back to the beginning with Heather Cox Richardson, they started off, and I highly recommend watching that. It was really good. She started off with that when they declared their independence, it wasn't so that they could get another king to oversee them, but they are doing this on authority from, and they use the word God. I would use the word creator, and they use, and because creator is, in my view, plural, and it's a woman. Okay, sorry. So it said creator, God, is in charge here, not a king, for all men, so that we can have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I go, see, that's where this document needs to be shifted a little bit from creator, from God, singular, man, to multiple creators, including women, and it's just not man. And they were using that for man and women. No, they weren't. It was just man. But it's for all living things. It's just not human beings. It's animals. It's plants. It's the rock people. It's everybody. Okay. How was that ramble? Psychic Duck? Pretty good. Not bad. Actually, what? It's pretty good. Here we go. Ending cards. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. All right. So here we go. Thank you again for being here, my star brothers and sisters. Star brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. The void, stop. Embrace winter. Really? Who says Source does not have a sense of humor? Embrace winter. New Jersey, you hearing me? The great cosmic womb. Okay, so when I look at these oracle cards, there's something that pops, right? In this void, it's embrace the cosmic womb. We are birthing a new way of being. And the next card we get is baby steps. It's not a light switch. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Uh-oh, what needs to stop? Something. Ooh, uh-oh. Anyway, thanks. Thank you, guys. That's it. Have a great 4th of July. Be safe. Hopefully we won't have a lot of new wildfires that spring up from this. And for the people who are in wildfires and smoke area, and if you haven't gotten air filter purifier yet, a real simple one that you can make, if you have a box fan, strap one of your air filters for your heater, those pleated ones, you can strap that into the front of it, and that'll help a little bit with the smoke. And if you get some charcoal thing, that'll help. And that's a hillbilly fix. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Peace and love.